All right, Maria, you can start us off.
Hey, Coach. So Olivia Nelson-Ododa was on pace to get a triple-double. Aaliyah Edwards finishes with a double-double. How nice is it to have this front court depth? Maybe something that you didn't really have last year.
Yeah, no, it's obviously a huge benefit to have two post players that can both play together, complement each other, and spell each other, and and they have different skill level, different skill sets. So, yeah, it's something that we obviously didn't have last year, and you can see the difference that it's made.
Early in the game, momentary injury scare with Paige. How do you manage a player's injury? And I know she's been sort of dealing with it throughout the season when it's a player that is very insistent on staying in the game.
I didn't see anything. So when I asked her what happened, she just said it just rolled. So she gave me the impression that, it was just one of those things, and it just felt funny and certainly didn't need, any more than she needed. But, players are their own, they're their own best doctors, they know when they're hurt and they know when they're not. And Paige has a pretty high pain tolerance, and she wants to play. So we have to just figure out, like, is it smart for her to play, or does she need to, rest? And, in this case, she said it was no big deal. If it was a real problem, obviously she wouldn't have been able to play, but it was nothing.
Well, the team overall has gotten into a flow, both on offense and defense, the last couple of weeks. Is it just a matter of staying consistent now?
Well, that's the key. Going into right now towards the end of February and early March, it's obvious that we're playing a little bit differently than we were earlier. Defensively, we're a little bit better. Offensively, there's a little bit better flow. So maintaining that is not always the easiest thing. But we have a couple of days to, rest. We don't play again until Thursday. So by the time we get back and we practice a couple of days, we'll have a couple good game plans in, and we have a tough stretch Thursday, Saturday, Monday. So we'll see if we can maintain it for another week.
Thank you.
Joe.
Yes, thank you. Geno, we've been talking all year about how unusual this season is, isn't it? Here we are, late February. You're beating ranked teams. You're winning lopsided games. You're undefeated in the conference. From where I sit, it looks as normal as usual. Is that because what you guys do just works no matter what the circumstances?
You'd like to think so, but, probably one big aspect of it is, year in and year out, we have pretty good players. I think that's obvious. We have pretty good personnel. Some years better than others. Some years more depth than others. But there's a consistency to what we do, how we prepare, how we, how we practice, how we carry ourselves, at practice and after practice and during practice and when we're traveling and when we're playing. And there's a consistency to it. And we don't vary that much day to day. So the players, I think, have a comfort level that, hey, if we just do if we just do what our coaches are telling us to do, we're going to be fine. And, you know, year after year after year after year, it's been, you know, it's been fine. So we'll just keep doing it.
Doug?
Hey, Geno, do you see Christyn kind of get into a better flow offensively? Do you, you know, these few games you start, you know, putting them on top of each other? I mean, do you see her, you know, getting into some type of rhythm here?
These last couple games, especially, I think the defensive rhythm that she's in, the defensive assignments that she's had, and how hard she's worked on that end of the floor has carried over to the offensive end of the floor. And that usually happens. So I'm not surprised that as the defensive end has picked up, really, really picked up, that the offensive end has followed. Now it's just a matter of, again, building on it and maintaining it. And, you know, she's playing at a real high level right now, and at the perfect time.
How do you maintain it?
How do you maintain it?
Mm-hmm.
You just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you just keep playing defense and you keep working at it, and you keep going out there and, you know, bring the same level of concentration, the same energy level. And, you know, it tends to work out for you. It doesn't mean it's going to be perfect every night, but, you know, people are human beings. They have ups and downs, and they have peaks and valleys. And sometimes these things last a week, 2 weeks, a month. Sometimes they last 2 days. So you're not going to get away from that, but you just want to try to stay as consistent as possible in your approach.
Alexa?
Hey, Geno. For Paige, it looked like she, even after she came back in with the ankle roll, just wasn't like making the shots we usually see her make. And then she was looking to pass more. I'm not sure if you thought she was passing a little bit too much. Should have been looking to shoot more. But how do you think, especially now with the juniors kind of getting on a better track, how do you envision the offensive balance scoring-wise kind of working itself out? Like, how much do you want her to still be a main contributor scoring-wise versus other juniors or even the freshmen like Aaliyah today to carry some of that load?
Well, I think it's imperative that everybody get involved in the offensive flow of our game. And for the longest time, it was just Paige, and that's not what she wants. So her passing the ball, that's what she wants to do. If she wanted to shoot it, she would shoot it. So the more players that we have other than Paige that make shots and are in a good flow, a good rhythm, and they feel good, the less shots Paige is going to have to take. And she can shoot the ball when she wants to, not because she has to so many times because we're struggling offensively. That's the way Paige wants to play. So today was more of, you know, yeah, she probably missed more shots than she has because she's been, you know, on like a superhuman streak since this season started. But, you know, maybe it's unrealistic to think that it's going to be like that. But some days, you know, it just doesn't, the ball just doesn't go in.
How big is Liv's kind of involvement in the flow, both not only her just going up and scoring, but as a facilitator? I think she had like 6 assists today. How big is that for your offense moving forward?
Yeah, the other day against St. John's, I don't think she had any. So, you know, we were trying to make sure that we got her involved and handling the ball more and the more she handles the ball and the more people move around her, the more assists she is going to get. So today was probably the perfect kind of game that we want to see from Liv, where she's involved in a lot of different aspects of it, not just, scoring in the post or taking a jump shot. She was making it easy for others to get shots.
Carl?
One of the things about Aaliyah is like, she plays well with Liv and she can play well without her. How much does that add to your team's versatility?
Well, I like that. We can put them out there together and we have a certain look to us, a certain, way we want to play when the two of them are out there together. And she can be out there with, without Liv and still be able to give us what we need from the presence inside. So I like it when they're out there together, and I like it when they're out there individually. And the fact that we can mix and match depending on the situation, that's, again, something we haven't had in a while here.
And when Nika plays the way she can, when she's, productive, getting the ball to the right people and all that, how much easier does that make things on Paige and take pressure off her?
Well, Nika has a way of, she's infectious, when she plays, and she makes us a little more up-tempo. She makes us a little more, the intensity level goes up a little bit when she's out there. She wants to make a spectacular pass every time down the floor, and that's not necessary, but she wants to have an impact on the game. And because she can handle the ball and because she can defend, we feel like we have someone that can put some pressure on the other team's point guard. And she does know where everybody is on the floor. And she's played a lot of minutes lately, and that's probably contributed to why she's playing well. Early in the season, she missed so much time on the court, and she's just kind of catching up now in the last month or so.
Vicky?
Hey, Geno, because DePaul lost to Creighton today, you guys clinched at least a tie for the Big East title. And I know that's not like your career goal or anything, but you've always taken a lot of pride in the regular season and being consistent, enough to win the regular season. Will you be happy with that accomplishment?
Always. That's always the first order of business, is to whatever league you're in. You want to win the regular season championship. It's not been a normal regular season. Not everybody's played the same number of games. So I don't even know how they give a championship trophy to anybody this year. It'd be hard to figure, if everybody doesn't play an equal amount of games and a really unbalanced schedule. But for us, our goal is to win the conference, and our goal is to win every game in the conference. And so far we've done that, and we've got 3 more to go, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we win all 3 and go into the Big East tournament undefeated. And that's something that we've done quite a few times.
It's been a while for a Big East regular season, like 2011. I think I looked it up. It said 2011 was the last one. So it's been a while for Big East for you guys because you switched conferences. But it must be nice to.
I really enjoy playing in this conference. You know, I always have. I missed it when we were gone. It's obviously a little bit different, but I enjoy where we play. It's my first time ever here at Xavier. And, you know, state of Connecticut, take pictures of, come over here and take a picture of this place and say, boy, we wish we had something like this at UConn. It's just, it's absolutely the most perfect campus basketball facility that I've been in. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's just everything's perfect about it. And, you know, and I enjoy it. I enjoy going to these places where basketball is really, really important. You know, so I'm glad to be back.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Coach? Go ahead, Alexa.
You said that you might have more news on Anna sometime this week. I'm not sure if that has happened yet. Do you have any update you can share on her and her possibility for return?
No, nothing. Her situation is the same as it was yesterday, just a day later. So I'm hopeful that there's movement in one more week. You know, if we can get her back for the Big East tournament, that'd be great. That'd be great. But, you know, right now it's just it's just the same. It's just the same as it's been. You know, she's getting a chance to go out there and get some shots up, and she's doing a great job in the weight room and doing her rehab and, you know, staying in shape, and her conditioning's been really good. But when she'll actually be able to play, I don't have a date for you yet.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, does anyone want to start with questions for these two? Anyone? Is the sound on?
I'll start, I guess.
Go ahead.
I guess for Christyn, you know, Geno was talking the other day about how kind of, you know, in order to get in top form in March, you guys have got to start now as opposed to later. Start rounding into form, that is. How far off do you feel like, you know, you are to getting to where this team needs to be? I mean, what needs to happen over these next, you know, couple games in order to you know, reach that expectation?
It's a great question. I feel like right now we're just trying to, you know, stay in a good mental place right now. Obviously, we have a lot of work to do, like defensively and offensively, just to sharpen up things. But I feel like we're in a good spot, and we're constantly growing as the games go on.
And what is?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Is there something specific, you know, that you identify that needs to, you know, one area that needs to really improve here, or?
I'd say like for the guards, our like defense on ball screens can get better, and also just taking away second chance shots for the other team. I feel like that's something that we've been battling with, and we can get a lot better at.
Thanks.
Maria?
Hey guys, for both of you, if you can, Christyn, if you want to start, I know Coach said right after the game that this might be like the best the whole team has felt like mentally pretty much all season, just because, you know, you've had a handful of games now, gotten into a groove. Would you agree? And how are you guys feeling with everything that's gone down this season?
Yeah, I feel like this is a great spot that we're in. I feel like earlier on in the season, we've had like bumps in the road due with COVID and everything, and it like messed with us mentally a little bit. But I feel like now that we've gotten on a roll and played consecutive games in a row, we're getting our flow, and I feel like that's just helping everybody, you know, play their role and just, you know, constantly getting better with the games going on. So we're in a good spot. You agree?
Yeah. Yeah. We're pretty locked in. Yeah. I think we have a good rhythm going on right now. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Carl?
Aaliyah, I've been noticing that, you know, you've been productive when you play with Liv and you're productive when you're not playing with Liv. How important for you to do those things to add to the versatility of this team?
I think it's very important just to kind of keep the consistency of the game, even when it's me and Liv or Liv's not in there, just keeping the same pace, the same momentum going so that there's no the difference, you know what I mean?
Alexa?
What do you like about your game right now?
I think I just like being more competitive and aggressive offensively and defensively, whether that's like rebounding, getting my teammates open, going off the pick and roll action, just being in rhythm and just staying in the flow of the offense and locking down on defense.
Alexa?
Hi, Kristen. Coach had talked a lot, I guess, earlier in the season about trying to find the right pace for this team to play at, that he didn't want you guys to go too fast, but also like going too slow is bad because you do tend to thrive off your transition game. Seems like over the last maybe 2 games, you've been able to get back into like transition a little bit more. Has that been a concerted effort just in practice to do that going into these games? And how do you feel about kind of finding that balance of the pace that you guys should be playing with?
I will be the first to say that started off in practice. Coach has been making us do all these transition drills, so I'm so happy that you guys see it paying off. Because we have been running a lot. But, yeah, we sometimes get ourselves in trouble because we go way too fast and we turn the ball over. But I feel like you said, in the past couple of games, we've gotten into our groove and not going too fast but not going too slow, and it's actually helped us out in transition. So I'm glad that we've gotten back to that.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the players?
I guess if I could just have one more for Christyn. Christyn, you know, it seems like you're in a better rhythm, you know, yourself offensively now. Is that just a matter of, I know it's a combination of things, but I mean, how much of that is confidence? How much of that is a different approach? I mean, just, you know, what has changed for you over these last couple games, and how do you build off of that?
Yeah, I'm just in a good space mentally. Like you said, I've gotten my confidence back. You know, it was just a bump in the road. And also, my ankle was bothering me. It was just a lot going on. But I'm a lot better. My ankle's a lot better, and just trying to, you know, keep the momentum going forward.
Nice.
Maria?
Got one more for Aaliyah. I was just wondering, how much fun was it out there today? I mean, you get your first career double-double. Like, you guys were just, you know, feeling it.
Yeah, I think we got to the point where we weren't really focusing on the score, and we were just kind of having fun out there as a team. Once we got steals on defense and once we started moving off that momentum, we were just playing together. So you can kind of see our dynamic through that way. So it was really fun.
Cool. Congrats.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, everyone.